Hey guys, it's me. This is the iPad overview. The iPad was released on April 3rd. Almost a week now I've had this. This is the 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi version. So I'm going to give you a hardware overview and a software overview of the main features that every iPad comes with. And I'm maybe show you a couple of third-party applications as well. So let's get started by looking at the hardware. As you can see here, this is a large device. It weighs about 1.5 pounds. It has a 9.7 inch IPS LED backlit display. It has a resolution of 1024 by 768. So it has LED backlight, which is instant brightness. It consumes less power. IPS technology allows you to view it from different angles. Gives better viewing angles, so you can see from almost every angle, which is very nice. And it also gives better color. On the bottom, you have the 30-pin dock connector right here, and the speaker. On the front, you just have the screen, as well as the home button. On the side here, nothing on that side. The back, it's made of aluminum, with a glossy Apple logo here. The Wi-Fi antenna actually sits behind this Apple logo because that's the only piece of plastic on the device, actually. Information down here. On this side, volume up and down rocker and a screen orientation lock. So if you flip that, you can lock the screen in with the orientation in portrait or landscape, which is very cool. First time that Apple has implemented this on one of their devices. And on the top, sleep-wake button, power on and off as well. 3.5mm headphone jack and a little microphone right there. So that's the hardware. It also gets about 10 hours of battery life watching video straight through. That's what it says on Apple's website. You can get, usually it varies, but that is what they give you. It can go, I've had great battery life on this. You can go, I believe, 140 hours listening to music with the screen off. I was browsing the internet, watching movies, listening to music, playing apps, and I was well past the 10-hour mark for the battery life. So the battery is very impressive. You don't even have to worry about it. It's just great. Now the iPad, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a big iPhone or a big iPod Touch, and physically it looks like that. But there is a lot more to it. Once you use it for the first time, you'll understand that it is so much more than just a big iPod Touch or iPhone. It's just a new experience than using like a laptop or a smartphone like the iPhone to browse the web and do what you do every day. Just one more thing to add in there. It has Wi-Fi in it, as you know already. B, G, and N. So this is the N, the new N standard. It's fast. And it's got a ambient light sensor, a digital compass, an accelerometer. You can get a 16, 32, or 64 gigabyte version. They start at $4.99, go to $5.99, $6.99, and then if you want to add 3G, which allows you to connect to the AT&T 3G network, it also gives you a GPS chip inside. That actually is an extra $130 onto each capacity. So the 16 gigabyte version with the 3G is actually $629. Then the 32 gigabyte version with 3G is $729, and a 64 gig with 3G, the top of the line, is $829. So it's affordable to get in, but it gets a little pricey as you get up in the high storage capacities with the 3G. So let's get into the software here. So as you can see, this is the lock screen. Very similar to the iPhone, iPod Touch. Slide to unlock here. You can change your photo. But right here they have added something new. This button right here is a digital photo frame. So if you hit that, you can have there's settings that you can set up to pick what transitions you want. If you want music to play, what pictures to actually play using that. So that's pretty cool. So here's the home screen of the device. Again, the iPad has a very familiar layout. It has a dock, pages, you just flip between to go to their apps, and you just tap on an app to open it up. You can go into landscape now on the home screen, and everywhere you are, you can go into landscape or portrait mode. It's very, very fast. This has a 1 gigahertz Apple A4 chip inside. It's made by Apple. It's based off the ARM A8 Cortex chip. It has 256 megabytes of RAM, and it has the same graphical chip, the same GPU as the iPhone 3GS. I believe it's the PowerVR SGX 535. But so it has the same GPU and RAM as the iPhone 3GS, but this increased horsepower in the processor just makes it such a pleasure to use, so fast. Now there is no multitasking, so it is running single apps at a time. But today, actually, Apple unveiled iPhone OS 4.0, which will be including multitasking, folders on the home screen, and a lot of other features. That will be released during the summer. For the iPad, it will be released during the fall. So, be looking forward to that, definitely. So let's get into this now. So I'm just going to show you all the applications. First, let me just show you a little home screen here. I can flip through the pages. Here's search. Probably can't see the keyboard well there, but there it is. I actually like it. I have big hands. I can reach all of the letters quite easily. And the landscape keyboard, much bigger. It's almost the full size of a laptop keyboard. I actually find it easy to use. You can't really thumb type. I mean, I could. Take a while, but you can actually type like you would on a normal keyboard. Now this can connect to Bluetooth keyboards or with the iPad dock connector with keyboard built on. So, all right. So let's go to the first application here. I'm going to start with the calendar. So as you can see, that started up very simply, very easily, very fast. So this is what the month layout looks like. We can go to day, week, month, or the list view, and it uses this kind of dual pane look here. Scrolling is very smooth. There's a search here. You can just search for an event if you have one. Put it into landscape mode. Just get out of there. And you can just go in between your months by hitting that or using the scroll there on the bottom. Just tap on an item to view it. You can edit them. You can add anyone you want just by hitting the little plus down here in the corner. Very simple. And this is all very familiar to most people who have an iPhone or iPod Touch, so it's nothing really to get used to. Okay, so that's the calendar app. Now let's go to contacts. Another beautiful app. It just kind of shows you what applications on the iPad are like. They're much more in depth. You can do so much more with these than you could with iPhone apps. With the larger screen, the more powerful speed. So here's some applications. Just gonna hide that number there, but you have your contacts here. You can search. You can use these little bookmarks. You can add and edit people. Very simple, just like any other contact that you're probably used to. Okay, so now here we have notes. Again, here's the notes. You can just type. I'll just make a new note here. So you can just be like, just type in stuff here. Have your note. They see them on the side here. They are highlighted by the current one you're in with a red circle around them. And it has this dual pane view, which is new to the iPad. It has a 2-pane view where it has a list on the left and the majority of the information is on the right hand side. But if you go to like portrait mode, now it's just the letter, the actual note. So you get a little more information here, but you lose the real estate. So that's pretty cool.